Good Morning Blues is underwritten by Atlanta Center for Cognitive Therapy. Cognitive therapy is a model of treatment for emotional problems occurring in individuals and relationships. Mark Gilson, Ph.D., the center director, is a former fellow and faculty at the center at University of Pennsylvania under Aaron T. Beck, M.D. The center psychologists primarily offer telehealth psychotherapy services online with your computer, tablet, or cell phone. For more information, 404-842-0555 or cognitiveatlanta.com.
You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. WRFG provides a voice for those who have been traditionally denied open access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the station's facilities and in its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, and those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, sexual orientation, disability, or immigrant status.
Good morning, Blues! WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning, Blues. We'll brighten up your day as you put on your shoes. Yeah, yeah. You know it's got to be the way to wake up each and every day on WRFG in Atlanta. Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues. This is Tony O'Malley on WRFG Atlanta.
Greetings and welcome to Good Morning Blues Part 2, London to Louisiana on WRFG 89.3 FM here in Atlanta, Georgia. But I hesitated saying that because the stupid weather is up and down and up and down. I mean, 50-degree swings, come on. I just want some winter, and I know lots of you are going to hate me for that. I just do. I want to wear coats and rub my hands together and watch my breath and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's whatever you don't have is what you want. You can apply that to so many things. Anyway, I escaped last week. Took my honey down to Miami for Valentine's, and we spent 4 or 5 days down there. And, of course, it was much warmer than here. Sorry, not sorry. But it's always good to escape the four walls, especially for her. She works very hard. Me, I've been retired from corporate America 9 years ago. I think I forgot a career in about 2 weeks flat. So lucky me, yes. But in doing so, you have a little time. Meanwhile, I did leave you a important collection, in my opinion, of the great JERRY LACROIX, which is what you heard playing last week, and all his different amazing vocal roles in different bands, from Edgar Winter to Rare Earth to his own. So I hope that satisfied you. But meanwhile, coming back, we're still very much in New Orleans mode, which has gone on for a few weeks after the awards that generated so many for Louisiana. And the reason is just coincidence that so many things have come up. So we will get to celebrate some Louisiana heroes. We're going to actually do quite a bit on Bobby Charles because he's such an amazing songwriter, more than he was a performer, and not enough people know about it. You will hear from Allen Toussaint talking about him. You will hear from Dr. John, as well as some music. We will be celebrating EARL King, who would have been 92 while I was gone, in a similar mode because he was a great honky-tonk keyboard player, but he was Austin-based, the great Gene Taylor. So we're going to weave all these things together in a manner that hopefully makes musical sense and is entertaining. And I guess, I don't know where I was going to start. I'm still thinking about that. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Yes. I'm going to start with something totally unrelated about the song Secret Love. When I was a boy, it was a big hit on the radio in London by Kathy Kirby. And I don't know why I don't know whether it's because she was a blonde bombshell or because the song had really powerful dynamics. The original song was from the film Calamity Jane in 1953, but the one in London that came up, which was on the TV, was 1963 and was done quite differently, and it really cemented her career. I don't know what she did after that. It was just the delivery. It was very jukebox power, but it had Jimmy Page on guitar, you see. So that's what got my attention. Later, obviously, I was a wee boy, and I still enjoy sometimes laughing, looking at a picture of me at about, I don't know, 5, 6 months old, having a bath in the kitchen sink while I looked out the window and my mum scrubbed me. It's like, how is it? Am I that little person? I am always fascinated by the whole thing. But anyway, the point was I discovered a version I didn't know that you're going to hear, and that's where this is going to come in, because I didn't know that Count Basie did it. And I've been listening to a lot more jazzy things the last 20 years. I saw the title, I thought, can it be? I went in and played, and sure enough, it was. Then I found a different version from him. So you've got this gentle swing of horns and piano, then you've got a beefed up big band version, and that's my excuse to play the BALHAM Alligators, which is a London-based New Orleans band led by GERAINT WATKINS, who's played in many, many superb acts, and their rockabilly version. And that's what you get for the next 7 or 8 minutes. I hope you like the journey.
heart of me. And all too soon my secret love became impatient to be free. So I told a friendly star, the way that lovers often do, just how wonderful you are, and how I'm so in love with you. Now I shout it from the highest hill, even told the golden daffodils. At last my heart's an open door, and my secret love's no secret anymore. Now I shout it from the highest hill, even told the golden daffodils. At last my heart's an open door, and my secret love's no secret. My secret love's no secret. My secret love's no secret anymore.
So that was the story of the song Secret Love by Kathy Kirby when I was a wee baby back in the kitchen sink, and all the things that I stumbled across recently through Count Basie. We finished up with the BALHAM Alligators and GERAINT Watkins, the superb keyboard player and accordion player in London, who has contributed to so many bands Wikipedia ran out of space. But that one has gone on for 40 years, the BALHAM Alligators. It's their tribute to Louisiana music, and it's really swinging stuff. He was the founding member. It keeps Louisiana music alive around London pubs. But he's done so many things with Dave Edmunds and Nick Lowe and Van Morrison, and it's on and on and on. That's just a particularly unusual group to find still playing. Let us move on to stuff that was brand new to me, 2 new artists and 1 new track that I found intriguing. New artist Davide PANAZZO is from Rome, who moved to New York, and he's got a tremendous voice and he's a great guitar player. That's why he gets to be one of the next 3. Black Pumas have been around for almost 10 years. Austin band, very unusual, very cool. But they, I didn't know, did this cover of Rodriguez, who his big song Sugar Man. And if you don't know the Rodriguez story, it's quite amazing. And we saw him live about 15 years ago at Variety Playhouse to this enraptured audience who had also discovered him, and then he passed a couple of years later. Lived in a rundown house in Detroit and worked on construction sites. He was in his 70s because everybody'd forgotten about him from the 70s. He was like big in Africa or something like that. Some crazy thing, some documentary brought him back to life. And then Julian James, a very New Orleans sounding artist from Australia.
The following is a public service announcement from one of WRFG's 501c3 supporters. The Georgia Cooperative Development Center, in association with Athens-Clarke County, presents Shared Futures Co-op Academy, a shared services cooperative training program and pilot launch designed to support the growth of cooperative enterprises, workforce development, collective work, and positive social community impact. This initiative provides education and resources for individuals and organizations in the Athens-Clarke County area interested in learning cooperative business models and how to launch your own cooperative with a pilot co-op launch. Exploring shared services as a pathway to stronger, more resilient communities is the goal. For more information or registration, the website is athens.coop or athenscoopacademy.com, and the email is info@georgiacoopdc.org.
Zine is a homemade print that is produced through non-commercial means. You can make a zine about anything. If you're tired of social media, read zines instead of doom scrolling. Workshop ideas and receive feedback. Create. The WRFG Zine Club meets on the first and third Monday of each month from 6 to 9 p.m. at WRFG in the Harlan Joy Community Room, located at the Little Five Points Community Center. For more information, the website is wrfg.org/zine.
I've been working so hard, trying to make it right somehow. Another thing I would change, girl, we made it through the rain. I will be there for you, baby, no matter what you need. All I can do is keep on loving you. I've been working so hard, trying to make you understand. The only goal I ever had is to bring you happiness. I will be there for you, baby, no matter what you need. All I can do is keep on loving you. Yeah, I wanna give you something better. Every day and for all my life. Yeah, I wanna give you something special. Every day and for all my life. Yeah, I just want to see that look in your eyes. I've been working so hard, trying to show you all my love. Feeling like I never knew I was so lost without you. I will be there for you, baby, no matter what you need. All I can do is keep on loving Sugar man, won't you hurry? 'Cause I'm tired of these things. For a blue coin, won't you bring back all those colors to my dreams? Silver magic ships you carry, jumpers, coat, sweet Mary Jane. Sugar man, met a false friend on a lonely, dusty road. Lost my heart when I found it. It had turned to dead black coal. Silver magic ship you carry, jumpers, coat, sweet Mary Jane. Sugar man, you're the answer that makes my questions disappear. Sugar man, 'cause I'm weary of those double games I hear. Sugar man, sugar man, man, sugar man. Sugar man, won't you hurry? 'Cause I'm tired of these things. For a blue coin, won't you bring back all those colors to my dream? Silver magic ships you carry, jumpers, coat, sweet Mary Jane. Sugar man, met a false friend on a lonely, dusty road. Lost my heart when I found it.
G'day, this is Jeff Atchison on WRFG Good Morning Blues with UK Bob. Now, what can you say about Bob that hasn't been said already? Shonky, dodgy, about as useful as a hatful of monkeys' bums? Well, he might have a couple of kangaroos loose in the top paddock, but he knows his music. UK Bob. He's not that bad.
Two passages segued together there by Julian James and the band name I forget, but they're in Australia, the Gambit and Levy. Brand new album from them. Prior to that, the psychedelic soul of Black Pumas doing Sugar Man by Rodriguez. I don't know why they call them that. I think they're a lot more than that, and it kind of makes them sound old. Yeah, they're 9 years old. And then prior that to one piece before that, Keep On Loving You by Davide PANAZZO. Let us move on. I'm going to squeeze in two little things because they're also unrelated to the other New Orleans conversations that will be coming up. We lost Willie Colon, I guess 3 or 4 days ago. He was, I think, 75. The great salsa trombone singer who really rejuvenated the music in New York, passed away. So we got a piece from him, and the new Black Crowes album, Pharmacy Chronicles. Pound of Feathers. The track is Pharmacy Chronicles. I think the album is either right out next week or shortly, not far away. And from there, we will launch directly into celebrating Bobby Charles from Abbeville, Louisiana, who would have been 88 last week. And we can't forget how much he made.
Hello, this is Papa George from across the pond in London. Getting my meaning, this blues with a feeling. Tell your friends and your dog about Good Morning Blues. You're listening to the man, that's UK Bob on WRFG Atlanta, 89.3 FM.
I don't know why I love you, but I do. I don't know why I cry so, but I do. I only know I'm lonely, and that I want you only. I don't know why I love you, but I do. I can't sleep nights because I feel so restless. I don't know what to do, I feel so helpless. And since you've been away, I cry both night and day. I don't know why I love you, but I do. My days have been so lonely, my nights have been so blue. I don't know how I stand it, but I do. Each night I sit alone and tell myself that I will fall in love with someone else. But I guess I'm wasting time, but I got to clear my mind. I don't know why I love you, but I do. Here I go again, doing things that I swore I'd never do again. Dreaming dreams of you, thinking I can't lose, and feeling some way that I win. But it's bound to show that I know I'll never have you back again. It makes me sad to feel you can't realize just how good it could have been. Here I go again, thinking thoughts that I swore I'd never think again. Wish there was some hope, but I know I'll never have you back again. As much as I think about you, I can't believe you never think of me. Too bad nothing lasts, and we can't change the past. But you know me, and I know you. Here I go again, feeling ways that I swore I'd never feel again. And what hurts the most is knowing that I know I'll never have you back again.
The following is a message from one of WRFG's 501c3 supporters. Georgia State University's Rialto Center for the Arts presents country music artist Tony Jackson on Thursday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Jackson has performed at the Grand Ole Opry and built a devoted following, earning over 100 million online views. Tony Jackson's songs are rooted in the classic country music tradition and pays homage to country music legends while showcasing a style all his own. The Rialto Center is located at 80 Forsyth Street Northwest in the heart of downtown Atlanta. For tickets and more information, the website is rialto.gsu.edu. That's rialto.gsu.edu.
Here I go again, doing things that I swore I'd never do again. Dreaming dreams of you, thinking I can't lose. I'm feeling some way that I win, but it's bound to show that I know I'll never have you back again. It makes me sad to feel you can't realize just how good it could have been. Here I go again, thinking thoughts that I swore I'd never think again. Wish there was some hope, but I know I'll never have you back again. As much as I think about you, I can't believe you never think of me. Change the past, but you know me and I know you. Here I go again, feeling ways that I swore I'd never feel again. And what hurts the most is knowing that I know I'll never have you back again.
Got together where it was some sort of collaboration. I was producing Frogman Henry, and we had songs, and there was a song that Bobby Charles wrote that he thought was good for Frogman. It was called I'm Just a Jealous Kind. It was perfect. And it was true in whatever I had heard about Bobby Charles as far as the type of songs he was writing. That was a prime example, and it was his very own. And that was the first time that I got a chance to be close enough to him to work together. That was during the time we were doing things like I Don't Know Why I Love You, But I Do, and all. But I must say, one of the very best songs we had was the Bobby Charles song. I'm Just a Jealous Kind, just wonderful. And I think Fats Domino recorded it later on. But I'm glad to say we recorded it first.
It's all small town talk. You know how people are. They can't stand to see someone else doing what they like to. It's all small town talk. You mustn't pay no mind. Don't believe a word. They'll try to do it every time. You can't believe everything you hear, and only half of what you see. And if you're gonna believe in anyone, you gotta believe in me. It's all small town talk, and it's a well-known fact. You don't ever know how one might react to what you're thinking. And in small town talk, they tell a lot of lies, make some people crazy, and never realize that they're sinking. Hanging out with the street people, they got it down. Hanging out with the street people, drifting from town to town. I got a job in a nursery, but they just didn't like what I grow. They called a man and he ran me off and said, now don't come back no more. I'm hanging out with the street people, they got it down. Hanging out with the street people, drifting from town to town. Who's gonna work, make the economy grow if we all hang out in the streets? Well, I don't know, and I don't care, just as long as it ain't me. Hanging out with the street people, they got it down. Hanging out with the street people, drifting from town to town. Wouldn't trade places with no one I know. I'm happy where I'm at. Some people would rather work. We need people like that. Wouldn't trade places with no one I know. I'm happy where I'm at. Some people would rather work. We need people like that. I'm glad I'm a street people, have it no other way. And I'm gonna stay a street people until my dying day. Just hanging out, got nothing else to do. And you got any spare change, buddy? Need a little something, you know, I got a little brand new that old lady gonna have a baby. Get some money from somewhere now. I'm just gonna keep hanging out until I find something, you know, that knock me out. I'm sure I just keep hanging out.
every night. And I wanna see all the city lights. And I wanna do everything that I've been told. So I got to hurry up before I grow too old. I wanna take a trip around the world. And I wanna kiss all the pretty girls. And I wanna buy everything that ain't been sold. So I got to hurry up before I grow too old. 'Cause I'm gonna do a lot of things I know is wrong, and I hope that I'm forgiven before I'm gone. 'Cause it'll take a lot of prayers to save my soul. So I got to hurry up before I grow too old.
Yes, you are indeed driving on the left side of the dial. It's the right place for London to Louisiana every Thursday. Should you want to follow my social media, it's on Instagram, UKBob_WRFG. It also means you get stuck with my mad humor as well. Go to YouTube, UKBob007, and you can replay the radio program along with any special tribute mixes I create, plus interviews. Carry on.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Mark Broussard, and you're listening to WRFG Atlanta, London to Louisiana. Don't be eating them green bananas. Let the kids believe in Santa.
I'm going to bring out another friend of ours now. Great songwriter, Bobby Charles.
Who's this strange guy from Louisiana who, what's his claim to fame?
Bobby Charles wrote See You Later, Alligator when he was 14 years old.
He could listen to a tune one time and then sing it back to you.
You know, he could write a song in 15 minutes.
That's also amazing because Bobby couldn't read or write music and couldn't play a musical instrument.
I played with Bill Haley, and at that time I thought Bill Haley had made See You Later, Alligator, but Bobby wrote that one.
He met Fats Domino, who had recorded one of his songs, Before I Grow Too Old.
He said, I think you're a good songwriter, write me another one. And if I want to record it, I'll have you come up to New Orleans.
And Bobby was saying, you know, I don't have a car, I don't have any way of getting to New Orleans.
And Fats Domino said, well, walk.
And then the light went on.
This time I'm walking to New Orleans.
He continued to write these brilliant songs for the rest of his life.
But he always surrounded himself with really great musicians.
I did What I Do with Allen Toussaint.
And I must say that the influence of Bobby was just tremendous.
Bobby is a little bit kind of in some ways like the Forrest Gump of Louisiana music.
Bobby says to me, Glenn, he said, this is Bo Diddley.
He used to go on the road with Chuck Berry.
He went in to talk to Presley, and he came back out and he said, would you like to meet him?
There's several studios there in Nashville that would give Bobby time to record, and it shocked them as much as anybody of all these great artists that were coming in to record with him.
Willie's done his songs to Joe Cocker,
Lou Rawls and Muddy Waters,
Ray Charles,
the band.
Bobby was down south in Abbeville when he got the call to come and do The Last Waltz, but he didn't make it into the film, unfortunately. He is on the official soundtrack.
Whenever you see the movie, over there on the part that you don't see, Bobby's probably over there.
He's saying to Scorsese, all right, I'll do the concert for my guys, but you're not putting me in that movie. So it just adds to the lore of who is this guy that is standing up to Martin Scorsese? The farther deep down the rabbit hole you go with Bobby, a lot of times the crazier the story gets.
He was real fond of recording on a full moon.
Smoked a lot of dope, big joint.
If you made a mistake
for Bobby, you had to keep it.
And even if you asked him to do it again, he'd go, why? We did it. Next.
He had a great deal of magic.
People would kill to write just one of those songs, and yet here's Bobby, who's got handfuls of these songs that are some of the greatest songs in 20th century American music.
He's Bobby Charles, and there's only one.
I spent all my money loving you like a fool, crazy fool. And I spent all my time being true like a fool, spent it all on you. What you wanted, nothing but the best. I deprived myself of lots of things I wanted for myself. I'm the one who opened up your door and showed you the way. We were doing great, but we ran out of cake. I spent all my money loving like a fool, crazy fool. And I spend all my time being blue, like a fool, spend it all on you. If I had a nickel for every time I thought of you, I'd have my pockets full of change, a worn out brain, and that's the gospel truth. And if I had a dime for every time you crossed my mind, I wouldn't have to hide anything I got. I could buy myself a bottle of wine, but that wouldn't help me to forget. I'm afraid the only cure is time. And if I had a dollar for every time I hollered your name, I bet you 2 bits I'd be so rich they put my picture in the Hall of Fame. There's a full moon tonight on the bayou, and I wanna be by you. I can see that little love light shining in your eyes and in your smile. And there's a heart full of love that is waiting and begging to be by you. I love light shining in your eyes.
Well, that concludes my tribute to the great Bobby Charles. He would have been 88 this week. I had to look for a minute. So many names to remember this week and different ages. Wrote a lot of tremendous songs, mostly for others, but those you heard were him. And conversations, remarks by Allen Toussaint and others. To keep that same thread, I need to celebrate Gene Taylor, a superb honky-tonk player from Austin, and I want to celebrate the fact that he was ever around, because it's a shame that he died so tragically 5 years ago in that massive weather storm they had in New Orleans. He froze to death in his bed, which I can't think of many worse departures. And it happens to be very relevant that I'll kick off a couple of songs from him with him doing Walk into New Orleans by Bobby Charles.
The Little 5 Points Cultural District, in partnership with Market Hugs, announces the return of Little 5 Fest on Saturday, March 28th, 2026 from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Seminole Avenue, behind Junkman's Daughter and the Vortex. Little 5 Fest features live music, skate ramps and demonstrations reflecting the neighborhood's skate culture, and an artist market showcasing handmade goods, original artwork, creative products, and more. For more information, the website is little5pointsofficial.com. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by your station for progressive news and hand-picked quality music, WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
The Soundwall and Russell Carter Artist Management present the 7th Annual Opelika Songwriter Festival, March 26th through the 29th in historic Opelika, Alabama. The multi-day celebration of song features Charlie Starr of Blackberry Smoke with Benji Shanks, also Paul Thorne, The Mammals, Sean Mullins, and more than 40 acclaimed artists performing over 80 sets across 7 intimate venues throughout downtown Opelika. Experience curated listening rooms inside local restaurants, coffee shops, pubs, galleries, and even a distillery, all centered around the power of the songwriter and the story. Tickets and full details are available at OpelikaWritersFestival.com. That's OPELIKA Songwritersfestival.com. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by listener-supported community radio, WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
Just to make your family proud. If I didn't think that it was
I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. Gonna need two pair of shoes when I get done walking these blues. I'm walking to New Orleans. Got my suitcase in my hand. Now ain't that a shame? Well, I'm leaving here today. When I get back home, I'll stay. I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to call me honey. Then you spent all the money. Ain't no need for you to cry. I'll be gone by and by. I'm walking to New Orleans.
loving me. Boy, you know she makes me scream.
Couple of tracks there from Gene Taylor, fabulous honky-tonk player from Austin, TV Mama, and Walking to New Orleans. Finally, tagged on the end there, Diz Watson in London, and his dedication, Blue Jean Jump. And that was on an album that was just out, I think, last year. He's not as young as he was, but he's another great barrel boogie woogie player in London. Plays once or twice a month. I haven't been able to catch him yet. I keep threatening him. We got to get in the same postcode, mate. All wonderful stuff. Let's take a little switch of gears. We're staying in New Orleans for a very interesting conversation from 25 years ago. Wardell Quezerque was an amazing composer and arranger for so many fabulous things. And there's a conversation at the Ponderosa Stomp between Bob French, Dr. John, and Wardell, just talking about life and what Wardell did to so many of the acts and for them and about him, with a little humor, a little tongue-in-cheek, but some background to some names. They were really digging deep. And I just thought it was a super interesting conversation to eavesdrop on, because Wardell died 2 years later. Bob French died the year after that. And Dr. John died in 2019. So you won't get to hear any of these people speaking again, never mind all three of them chatting to each other. After that, Mr. Earl King, and his birthday, he would have been 92 in the last week. Keeping it New Orleans, here on London to Louisiana, WRFG 89.3 FM.
You know, there's a lot of session Wardell did that wasn't hit records. That was my favorite sessions he ever did. There was some sessions with Danny White, even though some of them sold some records. But there's a lot of records that he did that because it was with a label that was kind of lame. Didn't know how to promote it, or a small label that just couldn't compete with the big companies and all of that. And I look at some of the stuff that happened back in the game where there was a thing and it was like big companies somewhere else either bought masters from here, like I'm looking at Willie T. Well, Wardell did Teasing You for Willie. But there's a lot of records. Atlantic Records bought that record. It wasn't did for Atlantic Records. But there's always been that kind of side to the story. But there's also the sad side to that story, which is a lot of artists, like when you did that Loan Me Your Handkerchief and the other song with Danny White.
Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye.
Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye. I'll read some. Man, those were classic sessions of a New Orleans brand that, had they been with somebody good, could have been big national record. But every now and then, because at some point when he was doing this stuff with Malaco Records, like around the time King Floyd and all of that, he did the Jackie Moe record, Misty Blue.
Yeah.
And those were records that were classics of what later a lot of other arrangers was copying that style of arranging, and it was like we always got clipped out the real money on somebody else. It's like the companies would come in here when somebody had a hit, and they cut a lot of stuff. And very few of the people knew what they was doing. They want a record to sound like the one that was a hit. You don't hire Wardell Quezerque to do something like something. He's gonna write what he's gonna write, and it's gonna be the right thing. This is the difference where people that don't understand what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with should let what Bob French said a little while ago, you got to let the people do what they do or they ain't gonna get a chance to do it. And I could say there was so many sessions like that. Yeah. There was people Wardell probably be living on the life side of the rich and the wealthy right now, had he got the money for stuff that he wrote. Do you know how many arrangements that Wardell got shorted on the money for even writing the arrangements?
I remember that much.
Good. I'm very grateful to hear you say that, Wardell.
None.
Go ahead.
That's something, anyway.
But it's like, listen, listen, I'm not talking about all of them, but I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that, as a music community, New Orleans never had anybody to represent us as a music business lawyer. Even to the people that made money here, got stiffed out of a lot of money. The lace went left. The money was funny. The change was strange. Everything was wrong here because there was nobody to represent anybody.
Right.
And it's been like a tradition that it's like politics here. All of this stuff ain't cool. We gotta stick to what we can do. And what the musicians do, we play music. And if we don't do that, what are we on the planet for?
All those great places to play back in those days. When you were leaving home, you said, "Well, I hope I see my home again." Back home, I could tell you some stories. So can he, because I think he has a record in New Orleans for the most arrests back in the days when he was going places he wasn't supposed to go, like the Dewdrop. How many weekends you went to jail?
I didn't count them.
He'd get arrested every weekend at the Dewdrop, and then after a while, they didn't even have to ask, just get in the car. They knew it, they'd write it up, they had everything. But he wanted to hang out with the New Orleans musicians, and the New Orleans musicians he wanted to hang out with all were around in and out of the Dewdrop. You know, and so he was taught by, and we're gonna talk about the drummers, Mo. He was taught by a guy who came from a musical family. His name was what? They called him Papoose. What was his real name?
Walter Papoose Nelson, yeah.
What was his last name?
Nelson.
Nelson. And from that family, there's a bunch of musicians that are playing now that came from that family. Little guy by the name of Trombone Shorty, his brother James Andrew. I mean, they all were musicians. There were some more. But anyway, he was taught by this man. He was coming in the hood before it was popular to come into the hood. You know, and they said, he knocked on the door to go get a lesson one day. I know this because he told me, and I know it's the truth. And Papoose' sister answered the door. He said, "What you doing there, white boy?" You know, this is way back in the game. And Papoose heard him and said, "Who you talking to?" Say, "This white boy out here at the door. Somebody's coming to get a lesson." Say, "Let him in." Say, "That's Mac, he's all right." So she knew who he was, and he would go and practice, and I'm not gonna tell him the other stuff, but got some stuff y'all don't wanna hear about. But anyway, he learned how to play between Papoose and the devil.
Don't call it the devil, right?
That was his nickname. Isn't that what y'all called him?
Not me. I called him Beak.
Beak.
Roy Montrell.
Roy Montrell. The cats in the band, he played with Fats until he died. Matter of fact, he died across the water when he was with Fats. But Roy was one of a kind, but he was a heck of a guitar player. So was Papoose. But he learned from people like that. And he was not afraid to go in the hood.
Where you at, Atlanta? This is John Papa Grow, and you are listening to UK Bob Good Morning Blues on WRFG. You're gonna have a great day. Yeah, you're right.
is John Cleary from New Orleans, Louisiana, and you're listening to UK Bob, the Good Morning Blues.
You make me feel good, so good, when you hold me tight. You make me feel good, so good, 'cause you love me right, oh Lord. You make me scream, you make me moan, and you make me groan. You make me fall in love with you over and over all year long. So baby, don't do it. Don't stop, don't move out of that spot, and don't feel, and don't vibe until you give me all the love that you got. Your love is my wonder pill, and the times I spent with you been my greatest thrill. You made me scream, you made me moan, and you made me groan. Yes, you did. You made me fall in love with you over and over all year long. So baby, don't do it, don't stop, don't move out of that spot, and don't feel, and don't vibe until you're giving me all the love that you got. You make me feel good, so good, like I've always wanted to. You make me feel real, so real, like I'm something special to you. You make me scream, you make me moan, and you make me groan. Oh, you make me fall in love with you over and over all year long, Lord, Lord. Oh, baby, don't do it, don't stop, or don't move out of that spot, and don't feel, and don't vibe until you give me all the love you got. You make me feel good in the morning, in the wee hours of the night. You make me feel happy, so happy, baby, each and every day of my life. You took me out of mother's arms when I was too young to roam. You know I was only 16, baby, when you persuaded me to leave home. Mother told me not to go, but I didn't know what to do. But I finally made a choice, baby, and that choice was you. get your gun, but I ain't gonna run. Yes, pretty baby, been out having some fun. You can get your gun. Yes, pretty baby, I'm coming home. I'm sorry, baby, if I caused you pain. Yes, the storm all over again. You can get your gun. Oh, pretty baby, I'm coming home. You told me that he was only a friend to you, but at the dance I saw something new. You kissed him and he kissed you. I wanna know, is that what friends usually do? For a moment I broke out in cold, cold sweats. It was a kind of feeling I can't forget. Although I kept a tear out of my eye, I couldn't stop the hurt I felt inside. I tried to pretend that it wasn't true, but the band dedicated a song to you. The song they played was "Here Comes the Bride," and down came the tear I held inside. Baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby,
Some passages there from the fabulous Earl King, who would have been 92 in the last week. We Are Just Friends, Baby, You Can Get Your Gun, Mother Told Me Not to Go, and You Make Me Feel Good. Based off a couple of collections that I've uncovered over the years, like Earl's Pearls and another one, kind of hard to find. Let's swing across the Atlantic and get into some British stuff. Davy Knowles, I know very well, and he's got together with a couple of mates under the name MKO with an album that I started playing, I think, a few weeks ago. But we're going to start off, we're going to drop in after one of these with a live track that I heard him do, and it was someone recorded it over Willie Dixon, What in the World, which was just too good to walk past. We're going to stab into the trio Handsome Jack, been around for 25 years, with a new album called Barn Burner just out in the last 2 weeks. They're up in New York. And then back to the Brit side of things with Mr. Paul Boddy from an album I started playing a few weeks ago. Sit tight. We're going to go for a rock and roll review.
I don't mind telling you the truth. Now there's nothing I can lose.
over 40 years, the Arts Exchange has been a vital resource for Atlanta's arts community, working with local artists and community members to create and share cultural traditions. Committed to supporting diverse artistic voices, the Arts Exchange provides multicultural, multidisciplinary, and intergenerational opportunities for learning and creative expression through workshops, exhibits, and community-driven events. To learn more about the programs and initiatives at the Arts Exchange, the website is artsexchange.org. That's ARTSXCHANGE.org. This has been another public service announcement brought to you by your listener-sponsored and supported community radio station, 89.3 FM and WRFG.org, your station for progressive information and hand-picked quality music.
They call her Polly Molly, yeah, but I knew her as Sweet Marie. They call her Polly Molly, yeah, but I knew her as Sweet Marie. They call her Polly Molly, but that was unbeknownst to me. She's got a man who lives uptown, and she's got one here on Cherry Street. She's got a man who lives uptown, yeah, and she's got one here on Cherry Street. Every time I leave that woman, another man come and take my seat. I did. Hear your back door closing, baby, every time I ring the bell. Hear your back door closing, every time I ring the bell. Shift change always coming, baby, at the Sweet Marie Hotel.
Let me tell you a story about a no good man. My daddy told me a long time ago, never take candy from a stranger. Should have thought about that when I met you. I should have run away from the danger. Oh, but like a child, I believe what you said. Let your lies run trees through my head. Let you have what you wanted, and now you're gone. Left me cussing and crying and carrying on. Carrying on. Not the way you hurt me. Carrying on. Not my bad mistakes. Carrying on. I guess I have to keep on carrying on till they carry me on when I'm deaf and heartaches. Hey, listen to me now. Move right in. love me, yes I did. Now I know I was just another contest. Woo! But I'm walking the floor, thinking about you now, wondering how I'm gonna make it without you. I've been a poor, poor, poor fool to let you do me wrong, to let you leave me cussing and crying and carrying on. About the way you hurt me, about my bad mistakes. Guess I gotta keep on carrying on till they carry me on when I'm dead from heartaches. Hey, whoa. Oh yeah, I have to keep carrying on till they carry me on when I'm dead from heartache. Oh yeah. Cussing and crying, carrying on, carrying oh yes.
What makes it hard to find a peace that will last? Even if it doesn't, we can blow it too fast. So many years to find, nothing is done. Would make it hard for us, so is the sun. Trace it. Is it the meaning or we're just too proud to face it? It makes no difference who you are. It only matters that you care. You got to care. Somebody gotta care. Come on and care.
That was Brit Paul Boddy, living in New York, from the album Soul Gone Blue. And that last track, So Is the Sun, he was assisted by the Tonelli brothers, Marco on guitar, Tom on harp. They're Londoners, Italian named, maybe Italian heritage, but certainly living, working, playing in London. The opening track from that album, Cussin' Cryin', Carrying On, is an old Ike Turner song, and he had Jesse Wagner do the vocal on that. Before that, Handsome Jack, also from up in New York, a track called Polly Molly, from the Barn Burner album. That's a trio that's been around 25 years or so. We're running out of time. I think we're going to squeeze in Raphael Wressnig with Dieter Farr from Detroit. He's an Austrian B3 player, and this comes around because the only other recording I found of the Billy Preston song, All That I've Got, that stimulated so much excitement the other week when I had Papa John Grow on the show and he did it on his album superbly. That will pretty much finish us up until next week. We might slip in some live Alabama Shakes, but if not, I will catch you next week.
All that I've got, baby, I want you to know every day of my life I'm gonna give it to you. I'll give it to you. I can't give you things that I don't possess, but all that I've got, baby, I want you to know I wanna give it to you. I'll give it to you. Can't promise you things that someone else can. Oh, but all that I've got, baby, I want you to know I'm gonna give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'm gonna give you all my money, all my worldly goods. There's just one thing I ask of you: treat me like you should. Oh, can't promise you things that someone else can. Oh, but all